Anti-caking agents are ingredients added in small amounts of foods, cosmetics, and more to prevent products from clumping and binding together. There are many different anti-caking ingredients with GRAS status on the market. The consumption of food anti-caking agents is growing with the increasing number of applications in the food industry. Many anti-caking agents such as silicon dioxide, magnesium carbonate, and iron ammonium citrate are manufactured from synthetic compounds. Commonly applied to table salt, calcium silicate absorbs both oil and water. Magnesium silicates and cornstarch contain natural anti-caking agents. Why do we need anti-caking agents? There are various foods and items that absorb water or oils quickly. The absorption of this oil or water may cause products to clump together and become unusable in some situations. As they are crystalline structures, this is particularly true for cake mixes, flour, sugar, table salt, and many other granular food products. As water or oils are consumed by these crystalline structures, they may create a liquid bridge shaped in a crystal bridge. This bridge or crystal ties together the food product, making it impossible to use.
Caking agent is used to prevent particles caking together and ensure the products remains dry and free-flowing. Without anti-caking agent, dry soup, cake and biscuit mixes would be clumped and chunky. Anti-caking agent also to prevent powdered or crystallized form of food such as flour and salts from aggregating, agglomerating, and so as to maintain free flow. The examples of anti-caking agent are calcium salicylate E552, which is used to prevent caking in baking powder, salt and dry mixes. Also absorbs oils and water and can be used to contain free oils in spices. Next is tricalcium phosphate E341, which is used in powdered spices and also as leavening agent. Another one is mannitol E421, a polyol that can be added to limit sticking. This is an example of comparison when a BBQ blend is added with anti-caking agent and when it is not added with anti-caking agent. This is the original BBQ blend that were not added with anti-caking agent. This is a BBQ blend that is added with 1% of anti-caking agent. We can see that the BBQ blend is still clump and chunky. This is also a BBQ blend that were added with 1% of anti-caking agent. There is still bits of clump and chunky that happens to the blends. This is a BBQ blend that were added with 3% of anti-caking agent. As we can see, the blend is smooth and it is not clump and chunky like the others.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Anisa binti Aidi Zulfa, matrix number 1201002. And now we shall continue with the types and classifications of food additives, which is anti-caking agent.
Types and classification of anti-caking agent. As we all know, there are two classifications of food additives, which are natural food additive and artificial food additive. So what about anti-caking agent? Is it considered a natural food additive or an artificial food additive? Anti-caking agent is actually both natural and artificial food additive. They can be either found as natural products from the earth or are made synthetically in the lab using minerals and acids. Here are some examples of anti-caking agent. For natural anti-caking agent, we have benitoid E558, which is a naturally occurring porous volcanic clay, talc E553B, which is a natural material made from hydrate magnesium silicate, and silicon dioxide E551, which is a main component in sand and is very common naturally. For artificial anti-caking agent, we have magnesium carbonate E504, which is made synthetically with artificial substances, sodium aluminosilicate E554, synthetic mixture of sodium aluminium and silicon oxides, and calcium silicate E552, which is made from chalk, limestone or diatomaceous earth. In addition to that, items such as flour and starch are also used as anti-caking agent to stop food from lumping and caking. All these materials help to absorb moisture or coat the particles to make them water repellent.
E-numbers are numbers used by European Union and European Free Trade Association as codes for substances used as food additives. Majority anti-taking agents belong to E-numbers from 500 until 599. Let's see E-numbers for anti-taking agents approved by European Union based on Wikipedia. First, E504, which are magnesium carbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, and magnesium hydrogen carbonate. Next, E530, which is magnesium oxide. Next, E535, which is sodium ferrocyanide. Next, E536, which is potassium ferrocyanide. Next, E538, which is calcium ferrocyanide. Next, E551, which is silicon dioxide. Next, E552, which is calcium silicate. Next, E553A, which are magnesium silicate and magnesium trisilicate. Next, E553B, which is talc. And last, E570, which is fatty acid. Besides that, there are few E-numbers for anti-taking agents that belong to another group. First, E341, which are monocalcium phosphate, dicalcium phosphate, and tricalcium phosphate. Second, E343, which are monomagnesium phosphate and dimagnesium phosphate. Third, E470A, which are sodium, potassium, and calcium salts of fatty acids. And last, E470B, which are magnesium salts of fatty acids. Anti-taking agents can use as road salts and give benefits in fertilizers, cosmetics, detergents, and in manufacturing applications. However, most anti-taking agents use extra degradation of vitamin C in fruit. For health issues, anti-taking agents lead to more disadvantages than advantages to the body. E514 can upset water balance in body. Large dose of E515 can lead to severe gastrointestinal bleeding. E519 is an essential mineral to the body, but it cannot be taken on its own since it is a cumulative poison. E536 can reduce oxygen transport in blood, thus it leads to many other health problems. E554 linked to Alzheimer's, Parkinson, and bone loss. Despite all of the disadvantages, there is one advantage of anti-taking agents to the health. It is E504. It promotes health of arteries, bones, nerves, and teeth.
The conclusion is, in the food industry, food additives are essential to improve nutritional values, impart color, improve taste, increase attractiveness, and conserve foods. The anti-caking agents are primarily inert, safe in specified amounts, and classified as generally recognized as safe. That is, GRAS. Anti-caking agents are used in very small amounts to safeguard the food supply and maintain quality during shelf life. and in order to distinguish the crystals from each other, these anti-caking agents coat individual particles so that a crystal bridge does not form and induce clumping.